Let's get your cleaning questions answered about stuffed animals. There was a caller that called into the show and asked this question.
Hi Angela, it's Austin. I was wondering if you could make a video on cluttering spaces in bedrooms, because I'm having trouble with all my old stuffed animals I don't use anymore. What should I do with them? Should I give them away or should I donate them?
All right, I love this question. Stuffed animals represent the happiest moments of our lives. We get stuffed animals from relatives and family and parents and grandparents and friends for birthdays and Christmas, and our friends go away on a trip and they bring us back a stuffed animal. So the stuffed animals they're cuddly and they're fun to play with, and they represent happy moments of our lives. And then the day comes when we have lots of stuffed animals that have kind of piled up over the years, and we've kind of grown out of that phase. And so what do we do with the stuffed animals? Because they represent these moments of joy, right? All right, the first thing that I want us to do is I want us to take the stuffed animals out one by one, and I want us to separate them in piles of those that have batteries inside where their eyes blink or they move or whatever, because those are going to be difficult to clean. We can't really recycle those. So we want to separate those. Then we want to put all of the stuffed animals that can be washed in a separate pile. Now, before we do anything with either pile, I want for us to take a picture of every single stuffed animal, because I want us to remember the moments of joy that it brought us. And then even if you get rid of the stuffed animal, you'll be able to keep that memory with you for the rest of your life on a digital electronic file, and you can show the picture of the stuffed animal to your kids and your grandkids later on one day. All right, now that we've taken the picture of the stuffed animals, the first thing I want us to do is get rid of, give away, or donate those animals that have the batteries in them. And these can go to Goodwill, or they can go to the Salvation Army or whatever, and they can do whatever they want with them, right? There are other places we can donate the toys. Now, when we donate the toys, we are going to donate them knowing that they will be cleaned on the other end. You don't have to clean them before you send them, because they don't know that you've cleaned them. So you can send them to churches and daycare centers and children's shelters that are in the area where you live. And you can find those places on Google, because all of those places have nurseries for kids. But because we're scared of germs, the nurseries, when they get those, here's what they're going to do with your toys. They're going to take the toy and they're going to crunch it up, and they're going to make sure with their hands that there's nothing inside, like no batteries or battery operated or anything like that. So if it's just a regular soft mesh toy, they can take it and they can soak it in a bucket of OxiClean for up to 6 hours. Now, here's the secret to getting it really clean. You take the stuffed animal, you push it under the water, spin it about, and you're going to make it do a happy dance. It's kind of agitating it, and it's loosening it up, and it's getting the OxiClean to soak through the body of the stuffed toy. That way it will pull out all of the gunk and any fingerprints or any, germs and all that stuff. It will brighten the toy, it will give it new life, and it will clean it up. After it has come out of the OxiClean after 6 hours, it can be run underneath cold water and wash out all that soap. Once it's completely out, they got to squeeze and wring out that toy. All right, once the stuffed animal is all wringed out and it's all dried out, and just let it air dry. It's going to take a few hours. Maybe it will take a day. It depends on how big this stuffed toy is and what the fabric is that it's made of. Then once it's all air dried, you can rub your fingers all over the top of it, and you can kind of like fluff up its ears, and then it will look all pretty and new again, and it will be bright and shiny, and it will be clean, and it will be ready to give to a small child who wants to have the same joy that that toy brought to you. And that, my friend, is what you do with stuffed animals, and how you clean them and how you get rid of them from your house, knowing that they're going to go to a good home or a good place where they will be enjoyed by other children. Now, if you have a question, you can go to askahousecleaner.com. There's a little blue button right there in the corner. When you click on that blue button, a microphone appears, and you can send your message to us here at the show. I look forward to hearing from you. Until then, leave the world a cleaner place than when you found it.